Germs. Welcome to Dilettante Ball. I'm Johnny.
I'm Spencer.
Here on Dilettante Ball, we go on Wikipedia.
Yeah, we learn about the states.
And we talk about them. And in doing that, we hope we teach you.
You hope that we teach you.
I hope.
I hope, you hope, we hope, he, she, it hopes.
But before we do that, I do want to mention something. We have another live show.
We do.
Soonish, coming up. Get ready. Don't freak out yet. It's on the way. June 18th at 10 p.m.
That's coming up.
at the Bughouse Theater in Chicago, Illinois.
It's coming up, though.
Yeah, it's coming up. Got a few things lined up. Nothing. Few things not lined up yet. We're working on it. It's going to be a good show. Our last show was a good show. This one's going to be
A better show.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say the stuff that we did last time was garbage, and the people that we had open for us were
Terrible
just human
trash
trash, and this time will be much better.
Yeah.
So just so you know, keep it on your calendars of things to do. States
rights.
Last week, states' rights.
Men's rights.
You know what I was thinking about?
Men's rights.
Yeah, and the show Married with Children.
Okay, I'm not super familiar, but
There, Al Bundy and a few of his friends started a group called No Ma'am, which stood for the National Organization of Men Against Amazonian Masterhood.
wow, that feels really bad.
Yes. And
I bet that was so funny.
yeah, well, Married with Children is like, it's so like that.
Okay.
It's like, well, and
Like the nagging wife and the alcoholic
yeah, that's
dad.
exactly what it was. It's like we're done. We're sick with our wives nagging us. But then there was one.
I feel bad for guys that marry women they don't like. It's like, don't do that then.
Yeah.
Like, you're the idiot.
There was one dude though. I believe it was Jefferson Darcy, who was the next door neighbor.
Okay.
And he was in No Ma'am, but whenever his wife would show up, he would quick take off his No Ma'am shirt and was wearing a Yes Ma'am shirt.
No way.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
And I had one of the shirts because
A Yes Ma'am shirt?
I was No Ma'am shirt
okay.
because I was a garbage monster in high school.
Did
And
you
I was like, this is fucking funny. I got it at Hot Topic. Yeah.
They sold that at Hot Topic.
Yeah, I was like, this is fucking funny.
Man, you
It's like, you know, the woman symbol, the like the
circle
prince,
with
the prince symbol,
prince symbol.
but like a woman symbol.
Sure.
And then it was like a circle around it with a slash through it.
Gosh.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And
that's the worst thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, and now that dude, Ed O'Neill, who played Al Bundy, is on Modern Family, the like most
Progressive.
caring, loving, progressive show that's ever been on television.
That's true. So you got to hand it to him for that.
Yeah, well, and it was a very specific time and a very specific, intentionally subversive show.
Sure. But still,
and
at a certain point,
Yeah.
like, when does a satire cross the line into being like, this is just real?
yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah. I don't think they knew either.
Probably.
Always.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, ma'am.
I'll find a picture of the shirt and put it up, and maybe. Oh my God, there was a teacher in high school, and he saw that shirt and he was like, "Hell yeah, dude, that's fucking funny." And he was like a dope teacher, and he was
Maybe
really
he thought
cool.
it was funny that you were wearing it.
Probably, but he would also joke around about beating his wife.
What the hell?
A lot?
Is he maybe actually not cool?
No, he was 100% joking because like, see, if you ever ran into him and his wife like in a store or whatever.
Oh, they like loved each other.
Yeah, they were like.
Okay.
He was just doing it to be like cool and edgy and whatever, which sucks.
Yeah,
but
who are you trying to impress?
And he remembered everyone's name forever. He had like nicknames for people.
Okay.
And years later, he would remember the nicknames.
What's up? Yeah, Gooberman.
Yeah, mine was Johnny Boy. He would always say it like that. And
so it's like a weird mnemonic device he has.
Yeah, and I had him freshman year, and then like not my graduation, but Jessica's graduation which was a year after mine. He's like, Johnny Boy, what's up? And then
that's tight.
Jessica had him too,
okay.
and her name was Jessica Mouse. And he
That's really funny.
remembered us. Yeah, he was like a really cool guy.
I would love if you went back to your hometown like just like today, and we're in the grocery store, and he saw you and did that.
Yeah, he was
It'd make your day.
He was like the coolest dude. Yeah, probably. I doubt he jokes about beating his wife anymore.
Yeah, maybe
because it was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, now he just does it.
Yeah,
fed
up.
Don't talk, just do.
Last week we got Alabama.
We did.
What do you think is this week?
It can't be Michigan. It can't be, right?
Is Michigan the new New York? Are we just going to say Michigan until it's Michigan?
You're right. We can't do that. It is Michigan, but I'm gonna say instead. What's even left?
I'm going to say Missouri. Have we gotten Missouri?
I was gonna say
yet?
Arkansas. So yeah, we're kind of in the same boat there.
All right. Maine.
Wow! Finally getting to Maine.
I assumed that we had already passed it, and I just forgot. Honestly, that's crazy. Oh, well, here's why.
Why?
March 15th, 1820, 6 months, 4 months after, before, part of Massachusetts seceded with the approval of the Massachusetts General Court.
Interesting. Did we give... We didn't, probably. I was going to say, did we give approval for the southern states to secede? There's no way.
No, they just did
did it. Okay.
Yeah.
Seceding feels like it has a negative connotation.
Yeah. But a few states have broken
up.
because
of the Civil War. Like, you can just secede. Yeah. It's like, is this cool? And like, yeah, go for it.
Well, we have different interests than you do. We're still cool. And things like Virginia, which was huge. Right. There were like 9 states that were Virginia. They were like, this is too much. Please, someone secede.
We bit off more than we can chew.
Yeah. So that's why we never got to Maine, which is interesting.
Huh.
Do you know the capital? I realize I haven't been playing the capital game because I've seen it first.
Is it like Alberta?
You're close.
Algonquin?
Augusta.
I
think. So we'll see. Capital is... Where the fuck is the... Yeah, Augusta.
Okay.
Augusta. Their flag...
Seems okay. It seems okay.
Okay, at the top it says Dorijo, which I think is their favorite brand of take-home pizza.
Exactly right.
Oven pizza.
Oven pizza.
Oven pizza. There's a dude with a scythe.
Pretty cool.
And a dude with an anchor.
Wow.
And they're standing atop a banner that says Maine, and in the middle of them is...
A Christmas tree.
A Christmas tree with a... Is that a dog or like a sea lion? Or a moose? It's a moose. It's got antlers.
I like this seal.
Yeah. And it's got like a crazy star at the top.
Yeah.
What does Dorijo mean?
I believe it means Zeppelin.
I wish. And the seal is the same thing, just not on a blue background.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah,
when you got something that good.
Yeah.
Nicknames?
That's a good chest piece. You know what I mean? Like just right across the old pectorals.
I wish I was from a state that had something dope like that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Nicknames: the Pine Tree State.
That's nice.
Vacation Land.
I don't agree with that. There's no way.
Why
Vacation
not?
Land?
If you're in New England, you are going to Maine on vacation.
Okay. Is that where all the lobster fishermen are?
Lobstermen. Official language: none. English and French protected.
Ooh, French protected?
No, English and French protected. Not English and French protected. It's English and French protected.
What does that mean?
I assume it's like...
It's like a national parks, but for languages?
Yeah.
Like, I like that they speak French, too, because it's like... Yeah, we're still like hunting and trapping.
Yeah.
We're finding like raccoons and trading their pelts.
Spoken languages: English 92%, French 5%.
I love that.
5%.
Man, that's really cool.
That's bonkers. Demonym: Mainer.
Cool.
Capital: Augusta. Largest city: Portland. Largest metro: Portland. South: Portland, Biddeford.
Okay.
Area ranked 39th. It's pretty big. It's bigger than you think. Look at the map. It's like, isn't that bigger than you thought? Population ranked 41st. I believe that.
Yeah.
Elevation, highest point, Mount Katahdin. Katahdin. Lowest point, Atlantic Ocean. Does that count?
Yeah, like anything on the East Coast, like,
I guess they own, some ways out into the ocean. It's not like international waters as soon as you step foot in the water, I guess.
I don't know.
Before statehood, District of Maine. I assume a district of
Massachusetts, sure.
Abbreviation ME, USME, Maine.gov. When your state name's that short.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't need to mess around with
I'll take it. State symbols. We got their dope flag. Bird, chickadee.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Fish, Atlantic salmon.
That's nice.
Flower, white pine cone.
Ooh, okay. That feels like one of those things where it's like you only see one every like 30 generations.
Yes. Actually, pine cones are a flower. Okay, asshole. Insect, honeybee, mammal, moose, tree, eastern white pine. I'm loving this right now.
Moose. Yeah, moose is good.
Beverage.
Is it like Coca-Cola, like something like that?
Moxie. I don't know what that is, but it sounds
that feels
awesome.
like a locally state brewed like
It's like their cheer
like birch
wine.
beer. Yeah, right. Some kind of
Food, blueberry pie.
I like that. I like that a
Fossil,
lot.
Petrica quadrine, whatever.
That's not sure.
Gemstone, tourmaline.
Tourmaline.
Oh, motto, Dorigo. I lead.
Okay. I am not sure what that means, but I bet there's a cool backstory to it.
Probably. Songs, State of Maine song.
I would love if the state song was just like
Welcome to the jungle.
yeah, exactly.
Like something crazy.
Yeah, well, we voted on it back in 1991, and that's what we got.
Whoa, Maine, French, Etat du Maine.
Okay.
But it's just crazy that they have like that they even bothered.
That's true. Yeah, no other states are saying that.
It's a state. Man, I like Maine. I like Maine so far. Maine is like the new Rhode Island.
I was gonna say, yeah, exactly. These New England states are doing okay.
Yeah, maybe that's where we belong.
In the New England area.
It's a state in the New England region of the northeastern United States, bordered by the Atlantic Ocean to the east and south, New Hampshire to the west, and the Canadian provinces of Quebec in the northwest and New Brunswick to the northeast. It's both the northernmost and
the
easternmost portion of
and westernmost
of New England.
Oh,
isn't the northernmost point of the country in like Minnesota or something like weird?
Well, I was gonna say I feel like I heard like it's something crazy like Alaska is the northernmost, westernmost, and southernmost. It's like there's some crazy.
It's known for its scenery, its jagged, mostly rocky coastline, its low rolling mountains, its heavy forested interior, and picturesque waterways.
See, this is how you sell a state.
Yes.
It
has not mentioned anything about how big it is or how many people live there.
Yeah.
It's like, this place is dope.
Yeah, the largest inlaid, like shut up.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
As well as for its seafood cuisine, especially lobster and clams.
Yes, dude.
Maine is the northernmost U.S. state with an Atlantic coastline, but in spite of this maritime position, it has a continental climate, even in coastal cities such as its largest city, Portland. I like it.
Yeah, this is very good. This is like, good information for the common man.
Yeah.
There's no like bullcrap.
Mm-hmm. For thousands of years, here we go. Indigenous peoples were the only inhabitants of the territory that is now Maine. At the time of the European encounter, several Algonquin-speaking peoples inhabited the area. The first European settlement in Maine was by the French in 1604 on St. Croix Island by Pierre Duguay, Sieur de Mont. Okay.
Your French is great.
Yeah, thanks. The first English settlement in Maine, the shortest-lived Popham colony, was established by the Plymouth Company in 1607. A number of English settlements were established along the coast of Maine in the 1620s, although the rugged climate, deprivations, and conflict with the local peoples caused many to fail over the years.
Aw.
Yeah. As Maine entered the 18th century, only half a dozen European settlements had survived. Patriot and Loyalist forces contended for Maine's territory during the American Revolution and the War of 1812. Maine was part of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts until 1820. It was admitted as the 23rd state under the Missouri Compromise.
Is that the one where you had one free state for every slave state?
Maybe that's why we're going back and forth.
I was thinking that too.
Damn, dude. That's exactly why we're going back and forth.
That's really funny.
Yeah, that's so... What an interesting thing for us to have noticed... but not realized why. You know what I mean? Because you said we're going back and forth.
Yeah, yeah. Isn't it weird that we were so accommodating to like look, okay, we don't like slaves, but
you guys do.
Yeah, right.
And we like you guys.
Yeah, but then that wasn't enough.
Yeah. And here in these last sentences of the intro, it's the 39th most extensive and 41st most populous. With respect to crime rates, Maine is often considered the safest state in the U.S.
Wow. That's very interesting. That's because everyone first of all, they're like one of the least populated states, which is very surprising to me, actually.
Yeah.
And then everyone that lives there doesn't live there. They live like on lobster boats. Like
they either live on lobster boats or in like Massachusetts or like Long Island, and they have a vacation home there.
Sure.
So yeah, I live in Maine for 4 months.
Right.
Man,
Maine sounds great. I never thought I would like Maine.
Yeah,
same thing with Rhode Island, though. You know,
I mean, I feel like they're both pretty equally like awesome.
Yeah,
and they've got an anchor in their flag too. It's
that's that's it for me.
If you have an anchor in your flag, you're probably dope.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna like be all right.
Yeah. It's just I don't know what is that? What is it about anchors? That's just like, all right, cool. We're all hanging out.
Blue collar, but not like shitty blue collar.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Because I feel like blue collar, but not like pretentious about being blue collar.
No,
you know,
no.
because I feel like a lot of like blue collar people here, especially, are like,
yeah.
I'm blue collar,
Right.
born and raised. My dad was slopping dirt. You know, my dad slopped dirt to raise me.
Local 101st dirt sloppers.
Yeah, and I'm slopping dirt too because it's the family business.
Right.
Bunch of New York guys here in Chicago. Yeah, you know, it's like
the Dirk Brothers Dirt Slopping Company.
But I feel like here it's like, yeah, you know, we're fishermen. Our dads are fishermen because they loved it and we love it, and it's hard work, but it's rewarding.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
I love that.
That's awesome. I'm not gonna complain about it because it's great. But somebody's slopping muck, they're gonna complain. They're not gonna shut the hell up about it.
Yeah. Oh, stop. Yeah. Right.
We know.
That reminds me. How can you tell when someone's a vegan? They'll tell you.
Yeah. That's really funny. But you know what? I bet if a Mainer was slopping muck, they'd be happy.
All
they'd
day
be happy
long.
to do it. Slopping muck.
Yeah. It'd be like a pig in muck.
Nothing better than starting the day with a pile of muck here and ending the day with a pile of muck over there.
That's for sure. Yeah, the poop smith from Homestar Runner.
Yeah.
He's from Maine. You don't hear him say a peep.
He's a good guy. He just has a crappy job. My wife.
Oh man.
Did we talk about that I watched Ace Ventura recently?
I don't think we have talked about that either on the podcast or in real life.
Really?
Yeah.
So yeah, Jessica and I watched Ace Ventura 2.
When Nature Calls.
Yeah, which I always thought was the better one.
Sure. I don't know if that's true.
It's rough.
How much do you like bat guano?
A lot.
Then that's
so
the
I'm
movie
a
for
big
you.
fan of guano humor. But I'll tell you, the comedy.
Yeah.
I laughed a couple times at just his sheer excitement to be
joie
there.
de vivre.
Yes, good French.
Thank you.
But most of the comedy
It means,
was
the joy of painting.
Yes. Most of his comedy came from that, and everything else was not great. But also, it's crazy racist.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it's in Africa.
Sure.
So
it's like
first
a bunch
of all,
get it, African people.
yeah,
That
and
sucks.
it's like it's rough. It's rough, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, these Africans are just gonna start fighting, and they can't handle themselves. So we got to call in a white guy to save the
handle
day.
it. Right.
Yeah. It's
Well,
rough. It's
but-
rough.
But is this the movie where in the beginning he like goes to find he like falls into the shark tank or whatever? Or is that the first one?
No, that's the first one.
Remember that? Oh, then this. Okay, so all the like good scenes I remember are from the first one. He like walks out. He's like at this fancy party, and there's some guy. He's just like an old guy. And he's like, "You must be the Monopoly guy."
Yeah.
And then he leans over and goes, "Hey, thanks for the free parking."
That was in the second one, actually.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
That was the best part of the whole movie.
No, the best part of the whole movie is when he's coming out of the rhino. That's so fucking funny.
Sure. I hope we can find a clip of that on YouTube.
Oh, I'm sure we can.
Okay, good.
God, it's so good. That like when I was younger, my two favorite scenes from any movies, it was that, and then in Austin Powers 3, the like shadow. They're like in a tent,
yeah.
and they're like
Mini Me has like an apple. Or
yeah,
whatever.
just that whole thing is like, it's fucking funny, dude.
How many comedies are geared towards like
13-year-olds?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I just watched yesterday with Jessica?
What?
I watch most of my movies with her because she lives here.
Yeah, and you don't call me. You think I don't want to watch Ace Ventura 2?
We watched American Pie, which I have never seen. I've never seen American Pie.
Interesting. It might hold up.
It did not.
It did not. Okay.
We came very close to stopping it like about 10 minutes in. We were
wow.
like,
Wow.
if this doesn't pick up in 10 minutes, we're calling it.
Well,
And
you would have missed the Blink 182 cameo.
That was awesome. And the soundtrack is fantastic.
Sure.
That's what kept me.
The movie that was bad.
It was not good. And I looked it up, and the genre is teen sex comedy.
Wow.
And first of all, the movie didn't really have a plot. It was like it was like vignettes.
Sure.
Like, this would be a funny thing. Someone jerks off into a beer and someone else drinks it. We'll make a movie around this later. We'll figure out what this movie's about later. And they just didn't really. Oh, we all just want to have sex.
Right.
That's good enough. more jerking off. And
What about dudes who like can't poop outside? They have to be in their own house. That's
I
pretty
could
funny.
relate to that.
Yeah, no, you could.
For real. I'm better now, but I was like, that's funny and awesome.
I feel like it's such a touchstone, though.
It is. It's crazy. Well, and also being in band.
Oh,
It it was the worst to just have someone
This
come
one
up
time
to me.
in
Yeah.
band camp?
Oh,
Like,
God.
Shut up. Get out of here.
Band camp is the worst thing in the world.
Are you talking about American Pie Band Camp? The
Yes,
third movie
yes.
or whatever?
National Lampoon presents American Pie: The Rise of Taj. Yeah, it was crazy, and Tara Reid is in it.
Oh, weird. I don't remember that. Is she one of the students?
Yeah, which is really funny because
She's like 45.
She was younger then.
Okay, sure.
But the year before that, she was in The Big Lebowski as Bunny Lebowski.
Wow. What a
as
good
like
time.
an adult woman,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
she's
yeah.
a high schooler. I mean, she was obviously supposed to be young
Was supposed
for
to
The
be.
Big Lebowski,
Right.
but yeah,
This seems like a pretty good movie arc for her. Those two movies, at least. So it's like it feels weird that she's like not around and
she
became
got
kind of like a laughing stock.
she got a lot of like really
Bad plastic surgery.
Yeah,
It's weird. It's weird that you would do that.
especially because she was like very, very beautiful.
Right. And now she's even more beautiful. So it's weird that she doesn't have work.
Yeah. Yeah, the movie was not great. It was not great. So I urge you to watch it and be mad. I feel like I'm gonna watch
The second one?
at least the second one,
Well, but then you guys see them get married. Spoiler alert.
and the reunion.
Oh, did they do that?
Yeah.
Oh, I
In
didn't know.
2012 or 2013 is when that one came
I
out.
did not realize that they did a reunion.
American Reunion is what it's called.
Man, that's
Because
pretty
it's
bad.
probably 10 years after the first one came out or something.
What? Sure. What's Sean William Scott up to? Why isn't he doing more movies?
He was just in Role Models, 3 or 4 years ago.
3 or 4 years ago.
It was a good movie.
Was it that long ago, or was it not that long? I feel like it was longer ago.
Maybe. I
Anyway.
was living in Jacksonville when it came out.
Okay, sure. So it just feels like he should be doing more movies.
Sure.
I want to see, dude. Where's my car again?
Dude, where's my cell phone? Dude, where's my Oculus Rift? Right? That's what they're called?
Sure, that's a thing.
I get those confused with the ghost hunting device, the Ovulus.
The Ovulus Rift.
It's not the Ovulus Rift. It's
But
the
that's the next device.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, these ghosts are
makes
so
you-
real.
Yeah. Do you think Dude, Where's My Car holds up? It can't. It doesn't.
I remember
it doesn't.
seeing it in theaters with my dad and my brother, and
Losing
just,
your goddamn
yeah,
mind, right?
loving it. But
What
funniest
does
movie,
mine say?
dude.
Ugh.
What's mine say? Sweet. It like took me a few years to really fully understand that scene.
That's a pretty good.
It's
It's like Abbott and Costello or something.
Yeah, it is right. Man, I quoted that movie like a week ago.
What's the like
Zoltan,
Zoltan? That's it.
or is it Zoltar? Zoltar.
Zoltar's the fortune teller machine. From
Okay,
Big.
then it's Zoltan. Yeah, I used to do that. Zoltan, like do the Z shape.
Yeah, that's.
No, I quoted the like Chinese food one, like, and then,
Oh God. Damn.
and I was like, oh yeah, I really hope that whoever I'm talking to understands what I'm talking about.
Oh my God. And
It
then,
feels like
no, and then
You're right.
fuck me, fuck me.
Screw the universe. You remember that?
Oh my God, that fucking. Movie.
I'm gonna buy it on Blu-ray and we'll watch it with the commentary on, and we can.
I used to be a junkie for audio commentary for movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, big time.
I just bought the Rick and Morty Blu-ray,
Mm-hmm.
and it has like
You have a Blu-ray player?
does
Does Xbox play?
did I tell you this? I wanted to buy the Rick and Morty Blu-ray, and I was like, oh yeah, I don't have a Blu-ray player. All right, and then I just went out and bought an Xbox.
That's cool because
Like,
the
no
Wii U
self-control.
can't even play DVDs.
Yeah, the Nintendo's done.
Which is insane.
Nintendo's been done since the GameCube.
Hey, Nintendo,
I know you're listening.
I know you're listening. I love all the garbage that I keep buying from you because I keep buying it. Just make it a
you do.
little less shitty.
You know what they need to do? Well, here's what's gonna happen. They're gonna be the next Sega. It's like, okay, we screwed up. We can't sell consoles anymore. We're just gonna keep making our awesome games and just put them on the Xbox or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Anyway,
Well, that means Xbox has to make a
be good.
controller with a screen and shoes with screens and and motion sensing sunglasses. But I love them.
Yeah, I know.
God
I can't
bless
help it.
them.
It's in my DNA to like Nintendo.
Yeah.
So the Rick and Morty DVD has like, maybe not even exaggerating, like 15 different commentary tracks. It's like
Well, this is Dan Harmon and his
Justin
wife.
Roiland.
And
yeah. Well, and then they get like the people from The Simpsons. They get people from like Adventure Time, and it's like a ton of different commentary tracks. So
That's crazy. You know what I've never... This is so strange. And I was thinking about this the other day. I have never watched the deleted scenes or the audio commentary for a single Star Wars movie.
I have never done those either. What are you doing for the next 14 hours or whatever?
And I don't know why, because they're my favorite things in the world.
Who would be doing the commentary? Like Rick McCallum?
I don't know.
Like people you don't care about? If it was like...
Well, it's like...
If it was like Mark Hamill.
No, not even. Peter Mayhew. It's
gosh. Yeah, it would be
like
too.
what's he do? It's Peter Mayhew, Anthony Daniels.
Right. And the commentary's just like, oh yeah, I remember this. This is so the craft services this day. Like
Right, right. That's exactly... Peter Mayhew's all about craft services.
You know he is too. He's a growing boy.
And it would be like the dude who played Boba Fett, but in like for the extra scenes that they added in 97. So he's just like some guy that wasn't even in the original movies, and he's just like
chimes in for a minute.
He's doing all of them.
He's doing all of them.
But
okay.
he was in the movie in front of a blue screen basically to be like added in later.
Was there extra Boba Fett scenes? I don't remember that.
Yeah. They like
they like botched it.
It's like put him in everywhere. Everybody loves him.
Oh gosh. He was the Tara Reid of Star Wars. Let's just put him in. Let's just make it happen.
Yeah,
I don't remember that. I don't think I've seen the like special, like updated 1997 version.
We'll watch them.
Because
when we usually watch them, we usually watch the original theatrical.
Of course, you have to. I don't know. Whatever.
Hey, I've been reading this big long article about. I posted on Facebook the other day. Friend me on Facebook. Don't. Do. I don't care. Find me. I dare you. Don't. I posted this article. Follow me on Twitter though. At Johnny and Briefs, or Spencer at Speeham, or our podcast at Dilettante Ball, DilettanteBall. Hashtag.
Don't follow me.
Don't follow me,
bro.
Don't follow me, bro. Hashtag no disintegrations. Which is the best line in any Star Wars movie.
I want them alive. Is that the?
No, he's like, well,
I know he points out Boba Fett. He's like, and no, he like points in
no
his face.
Disintegrations. What a crazy thing to never explain.
And Boba Fett's like, huh.
Yeah,
he's like, damn it. Yeah. Takes all the fun out of it.
Okay, well, I'll disintegrate someone else then. That's what he sounds like.
Yeah, he like disintegrates the guy next to him.
Yeah, just IG-88. That's better.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was reading this big long article about like people are being too hard on the prequels, which I agree with.
I do agree too. I feel like the only person defending Episode 3. I don't defend the other two.
I defend the other two.
Okay.
But whatever. But it's crazy because I feel like Episode 1 is the one that I've seen the most because it came out like when I was a kid, and I was like, yeah. So there's still like
that's funny.
I still like love it for that reason. It's like, God.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, dude.
But anyway, it's basically like if you look at the films as if they're I forget what the style of storytelling is, but basically
Hero's Journey.
No. Well,
okay.
yes, obviously.
Oh, sure.
But it's the way the movies are supposed to synchronize. It's not 1 and 4.
No, it's not.
It's 1 and 6.
Is that right?
2 and 4, 2 and 5, 3 and 4. So it's like,
oh gosh, like as far as like the parallels between the movies.
Yeah. So if it were like a song or a rhyme scheme, it would be like A B C C B A.
Sure. Okay, I see.
So I'm reading. It's a very long article. So I've been reading it at work. It's like it's huge, but it's very interesting.
I love that. I love that Star Wars is at the point where people can just like write dissertations on it.
It's very compelling, and obviously a lot of the things are like, okay, pal, you're stretching, but that's all like literary film analysis is like,
right.
It's like 40%. This is what they intended to do, and the rest is like interpretation. That's crazy. Right. But there are a lot of things where it's very compelling, and you're like, oh, maybe this is what he was doing, and also why the hell don't we just ask him?
I think about that a lot too.
Another thing that I think about is like the song American Pie.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
from
it's
the
all
movie American Pie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Blink-182 song "Mutt" from American Pie. It's like, oh, every line has like a different meaning, and nobody knows what it is. Just fucking ask Don McLean.
Oh, I feel like I actually do know it. Like it's if anyone, like if you sat there and looked at the lyrics, you'd be like, oh no, this is Muddy Waters, and this is where the Beatles come in. Like it's not. It's just like our moms and dads who are like, like before the internet happened, like, oh, the hidden meaning. And it's like it's not really that hidden. Like, might as well be saying, like, it might as well, like...
The day Buddy Holly died in a plane crash.
And the other two guys that wouldn't be famous if it wasn't for being in a plane crash with Buddy Holly.
Chubby Checker. Was it Chubby Checker?
It was...
And Jelly Roll Morton? I don't know. I'm just like...
yeah, right. It was Fats Domino and...
I was close. Fats, Chubby, Domino, Checker.
It was the
Boppin', the Big Bopper.
The Big Bopper.
The Big Bopper and Danny Two Tones.
Was it Chubby Checkers?
Ludwig von Flaptrapper. I don't know.
It certainly was the Big Bopper.
And Travis Barker.
And Travis. yeah, exactly.
How crazy is that though, for real? Like
that Travis Barker's so old.
Yeah.
He's like, what is that, 90? He's like 95?
That he was like in a plane crash. Like,
yeah,
dog, I'm not getting in a plane ever again. Like, he doesn't, I believe he doesn't fly.
I wouldn't.
Hell no.
No way, dude.
Although,
yeah.
I mean, what are the odds?
Well, I mean, good.
That he would get in another plane crash?
I mean, at that point, you've revealed yourself as a crash magnet. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, shit. Is that Travis Barker? Is that Travis Barker? Fuck.
Look at his tattoos. Are those his? Do you have a checkerboard on his neck?
Woo woo! He said it. It's him. Fuck.
Contractually obligated.
Yeah, well, it's like
calling responses.
It's like in Who Framed Roger Rabbit when he's like, shave and a haircut, and then Roger Rabbit's like freaking out. 2 bits. Yeah, that's Travis Barker and that transplant song.
Travis Barker feels like a pretty good guy based on zero knowledge of
I feel like
anything.
all the Blink-182 guys feel like good guys.
Except didn't Tom DeLonge go kind of crazy?
Oh, he's bonkers. He's like straight nutty.
He's like Dan Aykroyd level crazy, right?
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, they're aliens. That song "Aliens Exist" is
That's
like
real.
about my life, and aliens are real, and they're like hunting us, and like we're not hunting us, whatever.
Hunting me.
They're visiting us. Like the government like planted chips. Doesn't mean he's not a nice guy though.
That's true. You can still be nice and be a whack job.
Yeah, but for real, he's like
Dan Aykroyd's pretty nice.
I just read an article maybe a couple months ago about him being like
a wacko.
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels pretty bad. And he like has refused to quit Blink-182, but doesn't want to record or tour with them. And so Mark and Travis are kind of like.
Or was it Mark who went crazy?
No, it's Tom.
Tom, okay.
It's definitely Tom. Well, Mark went crazy when he left and went joined Plus 44.
Oh, Jesus.
So you tell me. But yeah, so they're like, okay, well, I mean, be cool, dude, or like they don't want to,
that sucks.
Yeah, so I think like it's kind of maybe starting to be okay.
I guess we'll make another Blues Brothers movie. I mean, we shouldn't because he's dead and you're still here. And if you really want to, get John Goodman.
Yeah, right. He's a fat guy.
Or was it Jim Belushi?
No, it was John Goodman for the Blues Brothers 2000.
Jim Belushi's done some Blues Brothers stuff too, which feels bad.
Well, I've heard our buddy Rich has said he's seen the Blues Brothers in concert like twice. And he said every time Jim Belushi is just like the biggest, like the best showman ever. Like totally brings the heat.
That's amazing. Well, he's got to. Like living in his brother's shadow.
Can you imagine being Jim Belushi? Like Jim Belushi probably could have been like, if John Belushi hadn't died, Jim Belushi could be as big as him.
What if John Belushi never existed?
Would Jim Belushi even do comedy though? Well, you're saying like if he all things being the same, Jim Belushi would be huge.
Mm-hmm. According to Jim, would still be on.
Is it not?
I hope not.
I've been watching the same 15 episodes on my DVR.
It would be like season 19 if it was still on.
I mean, Survivor's on like season 35 or something. That crazy.
Reality TV doesn't count.
Whatever. I don't
know. Hey, shout out to Rich. And all of his podcasts, because he's got a lot. Picked Up, Podswoggle.
He's got like 35 podcasts.
What else? Are they still doing? He
just picked up in Podswoggle. He has Blank Slate.
Are they still doing Blank Slate?
Yeah, I don't know. Whenever they can, whenever they want to, whenever they feel like it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Rich, how about you get your lazy ass up and you record some more podcasts, all right?
Yeah, we're running out of podcasts to plug for you.
Yeah, fuck off, dude.
Smell you later.
Launchpad McQuack was in both.
This has been a Peaches and Hot Sauce presentation.
Peaches. Hot Sauce. Peaches. Hot Sauce. Peaches. Hot Sauce. Peaches. hot sauce, peaches, hot sauce.
Got your peaches.